Are you ready to go around the world? Sit back, relax, and buckle your seatbelt as we take off for an adventure. It's jet-lag free but filled full of fun and travel insights. The only thing you'll need to pack is a sense of humor. Time for the award-winning travel show, Around the World.
Greetings, Globetrotters and armchair travelers. Welcome to another edition of Around the World. I'm Arthur von Wiesenberger, your host with the most, next to the beautiful Rebecca Brand of Rebecca Brand Recipes and many other things, and travel.
And travel.
She's just back
My
from
favorite thing to do.
an international trip to Switzerland with Swiss Deluxe Hotels, and
Yes.
we're going to get to see some of these deluxe hotels.
2 big videos at the end of the show about, oh my gosh, so much wonderful experiences in Zurich.
Can't wait to see that. And we have so many other exciting guests coming in studio. First up is going to be Gary Dobbins, who is the president of the California Avocado Festival, which takes place in October.
4th, 5th, and 6th.
Yep, and also he'll be coming with Renee Van Kirk, who is the administrator for this event. We're going to learn all about avocados.
And the contest.
That's right.
The guacamole contest.
Guacamole contest. Max Hartshorne, founder of GoNomad.com, is going to take us to Newfoundland.
Newfoundland, did you say that right?
I don't know, I'm not sure, but we're going to find out all about that wonderful Canadian province. Later on, Jessica Blotter, CEO of Kind Travel, is going to come in and tell us about what Kind Travel is all about.
And what that means these days. What is Kind Travel?
And then, of course, we've got Rebecca's stuff. So it's going to be a hot show today. Sit back, relax, buckle your seatbelt, and get ready as we go around the world. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after these words. And welcome back to Around the World. I'm Arthur von Wiesenberger. Our beautiful co-pilot today, Rebecca Brand, is on board.
Hanging on.
And we are going all over the globe, and we're starting right in our own backyard.
Yes,
It's so
for
exciting.
one of my favorite foods in all the planet, and it's a very trending food right now. So,
Isn't it? I think the millennials have launched avocados to an incredible degree. In fact, I just saw avocado toast on the Coral Casino
Hello.
Tides menu.
Oh, they brought it to our local restaurant, and that upscale restaurant has avocado toast. Well, that's pretty something. It's the #1 trending recipe, in Google, is avocado toast.
I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Well, there's a town called Carpinteria, which is the world famous California Avocado Festival. It's been going on as long as I can remember, and we have had the great pleasure of being involved with it as judges in the guacamole competition. But enough about that. Let's go to the president and the executive director of the California Avocado Festival. We've got Gary Dobbins, and we've got Renee Van Kirk. Hello, you guys. Welcome aboard.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
So good, and you know how much we love the festival because it is the most fun you can have. And this year it's in October the 4th, 5th, and 6th, right?
That's correct.
And I gather if you love guacamole, you can bring the guacamole up until the 11 a.m. on the 6th.
Oh yeah, for the contest.
the
Okay,
contest.
our viewers want to know how to enter the contest.
Yes.
So you show up at 11 o'clock Sunday morning and with a quart of your guacamole.
1 quart of guacamole.
And you fill out the paperwork. You want to make sure you write down what's in the recipe in case we have a judge with allergies. And then our beautiful judges come over.
How many judges have you got this year?
11.
So you bring your guacamole and $1,100. Only kidding, only kidding.
Well,
is
2 of the judges are right here, so they can be taken for it. Yeah.
Actually, why you want to bring money is that you want to bid on
there's
the
not an
incredible
entry fee.
avocados.
Well,
Yes.
there's not an
No, there's no
entry
entry
fee,
fee.
though.
No.
It's free.
But
It's
you-
free.
Enter this contest for free.
In fact, the whole
which is
festival is
fabulous.
free.
But I have to tell our viewers the tip. You
Yes.
also can be judged on your appearance. And so
Oh, you get a first class marking for that one. Well done. Your appearance
I'll
is great.
put my avocados in high order. No, I'm kidding. No,
Yeah?
no, but so people do in beach themes and
true.
Tropical themes and surf
Mexican themes,
Mexican
California
themes, musical themes, in the plate that you
Twilight
serve
Zone
it in.
themes.
And yeah, natural
It's
themes.
amazing.
It is
so
amazing.
so that's
A lot of
what.
It's amazing.
But so how far? Okay, I have to ask this question because if I was entering the festival, which I'm not because I'm a judge, I'd want to win. How much is the appearance part of the total score that can get you to be a winner, or is it just stand alone on the recipe and stand alone on the appearance?
But exactly, standalone.
Okay. All right, all right, all right.
Back to the money. So you do want to bring money, but not to enter the festival or enter the guacamole.
Why are we
competition.
bringing money?
Because you
I thought
want
it's
to
free
bid.
guacamole and
you
chips.
want to bid. There's avocados
The
that you can
largest
bid on.
avocado.
Every year, there is the largest avocados I've ever seen at this festival. I think the biggest avocado in the history of avocados, I think I got it somewhere here. There was one, this is amazing, you tell me if it's true or not. There was one avocado that weighed 5 pounds, 3.6 ounces. It's the world's largest avocado.
So it was
And I
about
don't
the
know-
size of my
Yeah.
purse. It was about this size, a 5-pound avocado,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I try and bid on these avocados, and I get outbid all the time by the president.
I love
Gary,
those
do you
avocados.
buy them? Do
Yes.
you buy them?
Yes.
Yes,
The
they're
largest-
supportive, and all that money goes to a good cause, right?
Oh yeah, FFA.
Yeah.
FFA
Which
is
is-
what it goes. Yes.
Tell our folks.
Future
what-
Farmers of America.
Right, which we need a lot of those.
Yes, we do.
Boy, we're going to be starting.
It's a great
So
organization.
there's a bunch of wonderful fundraising that happens within the whole Avo Fest. What are the main benefactors and the main organizations that receive the benefits from the money of the fest, right? We want to know that.
I don't know.
You have
Okay,
a scholarship?
So all of the tip money that we receive at the beer booths all go to the Carpinteria Education Foundation to give out scholarships to the local youth. There's different organizations that will have a booth at the festival, so they raise money that way. We give them a discounted booth fee if we could give it for free like we do. But so they can come in and do their own thing to raise money. We have given...
So like 20 local fundraisers are involved?
I think
Something like
last
that?
year we had 31 nonprofits that we
Terrific.
touched.
Wow.
So that's where the profits go from.
Well, that's
this.
actually why the festival was formed. The festival was formed to support the nonprofits so that they had a way of putting money into their banks each year. And we chose the avocado because that was one of the main crops that is happening in Carpinteria. And it's blossomed after 33 years into what it is now. And it's quite exciting. We have like 4 working stages, 75 acts, and music, food, and then the stress of being a judge in the guacamole contest. And
All right, let's talk about stress here. I'm glad you brought that up because we have a guy here who is not only the president and has been involved with the Avocado Festival, since 1989, is that right?
actually 90. I started.
Okay, 90. You've been a volunteer, you've been president a number of years, you're president again. But let's talk about something else. The Coastal View News. This weekly newspaper is celebrating 25 years, and here's the co-publisher.
Yeah.
We are so
Thank
thrilled
you.
that you're here, and this is a great addition to the community because it really does have the pulse of what happens in Carpinteria, and there's a lot going on down there. He became the Community Hero Award winner this year at the CBSB Media Access Awards. You were
was
there in
there.
February, right? Yeah,
Yes,
at
yes.
the Alcazar Theater, a great theater down there.
I could hear her cheering me on.
You got there. But yeah, anyway. What we were going to talk about avocados, by the way, the fact that they are an amazing thing. I knew them as alligator pears. because
Exactly.
That was how they used to call them, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're amazing. But I didn't realize that, I mean, a lot of them come from Mexico and other places in South America, but there's one that's a California born and bred avocado, and that is the Haas, right?
That's correct.
Did you know
Yes.
Like the guy in the Bonanza?
that? You bet your house. The guy in Bonanza.
Oh boy, she
Yes,
eating everything
indeed.
now. Oh, Bonanza.
Yeah. That was it was discovered by Rudolf Haas in the mid 1920s,
Yeah.
which I had no idea about. I'm learning, and then apparently
So
all
you can also go. I'm sorry.
No,
can
go
I
ahead.
Can I
Interrupt me. Never mind. I was just going to give you a
I'm
little
sorry.
education.
Okay,
It means
okay,
nothing.
okay, forget it.
I'm going to get in the ice cream. Can
There
we
we go. The
Wait, so
avocado.
go ahead.
While you-
I just want to say that
No,
you get to
because-
tour that the Future Farmers of America.
Expo 10, the George Bush
Yeah,
Expo
and
10.
so I was looking for an avocado from my backyard. I went through to figure out the best avocados because you can know all the varieties, and there's so many nice people that are going to teach you about the avocados so that you can make what you're eating. What are you eating?
I'm not talking. You're doing all the talking.
I want some.
I'm
He's
doing the
enjoying.
savory.
Okay.
I'm eating avocado ice cream, and this is going to be there this year, right?
Yes.
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 Who
for sure.
makes this ice cream?
Foster Freeze?
It's phenomenal.
Yes.
They're the
Wow.
famous soft serve
Ice cream.
And
It's
there is
done
one
through-
in Carpinteria, right?
There's one in Carpinteria.
Oh my God.
So this is what it looks like. It's got a pale green to it, kind of a yellow green. There's no artificial dyes, I can already tell from looking at it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it tastes like next.
Okay, now while she's not talking, let me tell you a few things about avocados. Did you know the conquistadors used the seed of an avocado for, anybody know?
Nope.
Ink.
Delicious.
Apparently, yes. They discovered that the avocado seed produces a milky liquid which turns red when exposed to air.
Oh my God.
Who knew that, right?
Well, we do know if you leave it out, it'll color from air.
Oh yeah,
Why
we
my
have the
dip
avocado
always
beer.
turns brown.
Tell us about the avocado beer, Gary. I'm holding the bottle right now for all our viewers not to see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Here we go. This is the avocado beer. And is this the first year of this particular
Second
one?
year now.
Of this one?
Yeah, it was labeled the official beer of the Avo Fest last year. They've come back this year and brewed it and set it up. And they did
Rincon Brewery, right?
Rincon Brewery in Carpinteria. It's a local brewery.
And it has a poster on it. Can I see that? Can I see
Yes.
that?
Yeah, the poster's on there.
Yeah, this year's poster's
I
on
think
there.
so. I don't
Pass
know.
it
Sure.
there.
Part
Oh, there's some pictures of the festival. That's when there was a band on that stage, and all those people came to see the band, right?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the main stage.
And
Yes.
then the person that did the poster, Gary,
Yes.
what was the name of the artist?
Her name is Lori Shaw. She is grew up in Carpinteria, but now she lives in Ventura. And she's super excited. If you see her at the festival, she'll be more than happy to sign your poster.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yes.
Just tell me, because I know you have the girls. Is it the girls club that does the big
The
bowl?
cheerleaders.
The cheerleaders. Well,
Largest
it's
vast
a girls club of some kind.
Largest
Yes.
vat of guacamole.
It's the largest. I mean, that's unbelievable. There's an opportunity to taste a lot of different ways of avocados. I remember one year, Chocolates de Calabresa did a avocado chocolate. Are they going to
Yes.
do that?
Yes.
Yes, they're in the.
Oh,
What
they're
happens
amazing.
is there's a theme based of the avocado throughout the festival, as well as the agricultural community makes awareness to public about what the avocado is about, the growing opportunities in the valley,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
And it's, I mean, you take the entire Linden Avenue practically. In fact, actually going down Linden Avenue is an avocado. That's a good way to work out. And then you can eat the avocados, by the way, did I tell you? That they very high in potassium. More potassium than a banana. Who
They're
knew
very
that?
healthy for you.
They
Did you
are.
know that? I didn't know that.
Very
They have
healthy for
fiber,
you.
they have antioxidants. Yeah, they're an amazing food. You could live on an avocado, right?
Well, and something that you helped us
They're
get
keto.
going this last year, the year before, wasn't it?
Yes.
The contest.
The
Talk about the
contest.
contest.
So you had talked to us and said you need to have an avocado dish, around town, a competition for all the local restaurants. So last year was our first year. We're in our second year this year, and we have our top 4 were just announced in the Coastal View today, which is Delgado's, the Food Liaison, Reyes Market, and Mi Fiesta. And next week it'll drop down to number 2, and then the winner's going to be announced right before the festival.
Wow.
Because they're doing
Thanks
an
for that
avocado
creative
dish.
part.
A dish.
Oh,
And
Arthur.
Isn't that fun?
What a good idea.
Brilliant.
How
huh?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got a
Wow.
brilliant
Do we know
idea.
what
One
recipe?
idea.
Good idea. I
That's a
love that
miracle.
idea. I love that idea. So thank you.
Well, you're most welcome.
And we're going to bring taquitos this year.
And hopefully $1,100 this year. No, anyway, if people want to know more about the Avocado Festival, you have a website that they can go to, right?
Yes, correct.
And
Avofest.
tell them how they find it.
Avofest.com. It's
Okay.
really easy.
Any other ways to get in touch?
You can
Carrier pigeon?
yeah,
Smoke signals?
Facebook us.
You have Facebook?
We
You
have
have a Facebook
Facebook.
page?
Yes.
Great.
My cell phone's
Instagram.
posted everywhere.
His cell phone's posted
Mostly the
everywhere.
police department.
My cell phone's posted everywhere.
So when's the first kickoff? Let's say all our viewers want to be there right when it starts. What time would they show up and where?
Friday night is when we open the festival. There's a big ceremony, and the fact that part of the deal is we have a seal fountain, and of course there's a seal that's there. And part of the tradition is you have to balance an avocado on the nose of the seal before the festival can open.
Oh.
And it's quite a challenge. And
I bet the seal has a good time. About parking, by the way. For people who want to come there, they can park. And also, if you happen to have a dog you can't leave at home, that you do have doggy daycare.
Doggy daycare. And elaborate on that. We've really expanded that this year.
With our parking, we're really encouraging people to take the Amtrak. We really are. There's a lot of road construction going on right now, and from outlying areas, Amtrak is offering 20% off for if you buy your ticket
bring
in
them to the
advance.
So viewers in San Diego, Los Angeles,
San Luis
San
Obispo.
Luis Obispo,
Yes.
take Amtrak.
Take
That's a
Amtrak.
great idea.
It's a little longer.
Maybe you have to switch trains once in a while. Yeah.
And then otherwise, you have a parking lot that'll take a shuttle over. Where's that located at?
That's at the Carpinteria High School, and the money raiser actually goes back to the high school football team, which
And
is
what's
really
the cross
nice.
streets of the Carpinteria High School?
It is on Foothill. And on Foothill Road,
good.
yes. There'll
Okay.
be signs.
Well, there's a poster. We see the
All
poster.
righty. Well,
Yay.
Renee and Gary, it is such a pleasure to have you and this ice cream and this beer here. Thank you so much for bringing them. We can't wait for the Avocado Festival coming up in October, that first weekend. Can't wait.
Yep, can't
All right.
wait.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be joining Max Hartshorne as we go to Newfoundland. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Around the World. Well, we are going somewhere that I can't wait to find out about because I've flown over it a lot. I've flown over Newfoundland as you go to Europe. You usually do. You know, you look down and it looks kind of fascinating, but I've
So,
never stopped.
It's above Nova Scotia on the coast of
Well,
Canada,
you know what?
or
I don't
Max
want
gonna tell us?
to. I don't want to go into I don't want to go into our geography because we have a master of where we're going, and he is Max Hartshorne, who is the founder and editor of GoNomad.com, one of the greatest travel websites with wonderful reviews of destinations. And we're going to get a little preview of his trip to Newfoundland. So let's go to the phones and say hello, Max.
Hi,
Hey,
Max.
good.
Newfoundland.
Yeah, no, okay, so question one is, where is Newfoundland? I mean, I know it's part of Canada, right? But how do you get there from here?
Yes. Okay, well, the province is Newfoundland and Labrador. So that's the name of it. And it's. I was just looking up on how big it is relative to other places. It's about a third as big as Texas. But basically, it's the furthest east you can go and still be on the North American continent. It's 4 hours from Ireland when you're in St. John's, Newfoundland, the capital of Newfoundland.
Who knew? And so from where you are, you're on the East Coast. How long a trip is it from, I don't know how you would fly from?
New York?
New York, Boston, or?
Yeah, I flew from Boston up to Montreal and then flew over to St. John's. It's all pretty much small airplanes when you're up there, small flights. But no problem at all. 3 hours about to get there. And like I said, 4 hours from Ireland. You know, they've enjoyed transatlantic service to Ireland from St. John's, but recently they had to stop some of those flights because of the 737 problems, the grounding of the airplane.
Right. So you fly into St. John's, and I mean, I imagine it's somewhat of a Canadian, British atmosphere, would you say?
You know, it's really refreshing, actually. It's not at all like, but it's not like Quebec, where everybody speaks French, and then you can't understand them. I mean, people are just speaking English, just like being in America. Very relaxed. Everybody's so friendly, though, in Newfoundland. Really was. Now, one thing I did want to make sure that we talk about is how you say it. Make sure it's Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
I like to say the land.
Even though it's spelled Newfoundland, you pronounce it Newfoundland. Is that what you're saying?
Land. They say the land part. Yeah, quite.
Right.
They emphasize the land part. Yeah, but it's a fishing community. You know, it goes back to such a long time ago. I mean, you know, thousands of years ago, people were making the short trip over to fish from Ireland over to Newfoundland.
Now, I understand if you want to become an honorary Newfoundlander or a Newfie, there's a way you can do that, right?
But you can't say that word. Don't ever say that word.
Don't say
That's
Newfie,
not a good word.
Oh.
No, don't say it again.
Ooh, I won't say that N-word again. Jeez.
Our friends in Newfoundland explained to me that when the poor, impoverished Newfoundlanders came to Ontario, they were rejected with a scolding and told that they were NEWIFIESs. And so from now on, we never talk about that. They are Newfoundlanders, and they're happy to be members of that community. It's just a wonderful place.
Gotcha.
I can't say enough how friendly people are there and just how big it is, too. You know, it really feels like you're on a very large island because it's 9 hours from one end to the other.
So how do you become an honorary Newfoundlander?
Well, there's a touristy thing that involves drinking some drink and making a speech or something.
I heard it starts with
I volunteer. I'm
you
the
eat a
next
little
one.
food, you drink a lot of rum, right? You gotta recite some Old English, and then
Really?
you gotta kiss a codfish on the lips.
That's what it is.
A
That's right.
codfish on the lips?
On the lips. Doesn't that sound like fun? A little fishy to
Does
me,
he
but
bite? Does he bite?
I don't know, but apparently they do have lips. I don't know. Anyway.
Arthur is right, and that's a great classic tourist trap type of thing. But I think let's move on to
Okay.
things that are a little highbrow.
Let's go.
First of all, just driving out in you rent a car right in St. John's. You drive out to these places. We drove out to the Bonne Vista Peninsula, a beautiful, so many vistas, just the most beautiful landscape of island crags and long steep drops down and then swooping in through beautiful green places. Really magnificent. And a wonderful road trip that we got to Bonne Vista. Bonne Vista is an up-and-coming place in Newfoundland. It's got a lot of money up there, a lot of money from the government trying to promote these small businesses. Population's going down so much that they have to really help out. So that part of Newfoundland's getting some assistance. So there's some interesting businesses there. People making their own salt, and people making codfish. Different to codfish now are back, which is a great thing because for years and years you couldn't fish for cod anymore.
They're all kissed out.
They were fished out. They were not allowed to fish for cod in 1992, and it was a terrible thing for the people in Newfoundland. But the great thing is, this is nice to hear a good environmental story. Now the cod is plentiful, and they're fishing it commercially again.
Wow. Okay.
And I hear it's line cod because we had a restaurant Profies that started to get Canadian cod into their menu.
Exactly, and that's the best thing. We ate the whole trip. We probably had 3 different varieties of the way they make cod. It's so wonderful. The cooking there was fresh, and a couple of places we ate at were just in Bonne Vista. Again, this is sort of the place in one of the second peninsulas up north. There's a wonderful place called the Bonne Vista Social Club.
Like the movie.
It's a wonderful atmosphere. Yeah, like the movie, exactly. Wonderful atmosphere. They grow their own vegetables, and you get a view of the ocean. It's just magnificent.
What about lobster? Isn't that the big item up there?
Oh, huge, because all the lobster left Maine, they left Massachusetts. They all go up to Canada now, so the water's getting warmer, and so they keep going further and further north. So it's to the benefit of Newfoundland. You can get lobster any way you want there, any way you want it. And the only thing I didn't like about some of the parts of Canada, they like cold lobster. And I like that nice boiled lobster.
With the butter, Max. You got to dip it in that hot dog butter.
Rebecca, it's a device to drink butter. We know what it is.
Exactly. It's all about the butter. But so Max, so I'm seeing from you that trips to Newfoundland would include a lot of scenery. Would they include hiking or horseback ride trips, or how would people best see that scenery?
Well, I'll tell you one thing that we did that was absolutely fantastic. We took a ride up the road from St. John's to Avondale, and we went to a thing. I just want anybody who's ever going to go to Newfoundland, write down this Cod Sounds. It's called Cod Sounds, and it's a forager. Her name is Lori McCarthy, and she takes you out to a beautiful brackish bay, and she takes you out, and she picks an entire salad of vegetables that she finds that she knows are growing in this brackish water that nobody would think. That you think they're weeds that turn to be beautiful vegetables.
Wow.
So this is like
an interesting
like
experience.
wild field greens from this brackish water becomes one of the dishes you're eating. Is that what you're saying, Max?
Exactly. Yes.
Wow, that's
and
cool.
she after you do that, she shows you all these different things that they're making. One of the most fantastic restaurants in all of Canada is located in St. John's. And she provides them with some of the salad in greens because it's like small seaweeds, different vegetables you can actually get in foraging. But then she sets up a wonderful thing. She has a whole thing where she sets up a small little campfire for them, and she cooks off some of her diver scallops that she gets, and of course some of the local cod that she has. She makes sushi out of it. Just a wonderful experience to do on.
That sounds so natural. So natural.
It does. I mean, it takes it to another degree. It's not just farm to table; it's from brackish water to table. Who knew?
Exactly.
Hey, now there's a lot of extremes up there. You can also live modestly as a visitor, a traveler, and you can also go high end, right?
Exactly. Now that's one of the things that's there. They have normal type of accommodations that remember that the Canadian dollar is only 75% of ours, so you get a 25% boost on everything you buy in Canada, so it's going to be a good deal no matter what. Mm-hmm. By the way, good reason to go to Canada. But the second thing is you can go high end, and you can go to the Fogo Island Inn, which is a magnificent building set on it's almost like the only building for miles and miles, and it's a very exclusive very, very high-end thing, the Fogo Island Inn. I bet you some of your listeners know about that.
I'm amazed at the photos. I want to go and stay there. But
let's show a photo of that. Can you show a photo?
All these pictures are running as you're talking. I know you don't see them on Facebook right now, but you'll see them on the show because they're amazing. And
the forager told me about the Fogo Island Inn, and it's just the most magnificent thing. They take you out in a small boat. You can fish for your own cod. They take you to the kitchen, show you exactly how you want to cook it. They have the most high-end, fantastic bedding. Everything is just so high-end and very much geared towards the helicopter fly-in crowd. But really a wonderful experience, Fogo Island Inn, apparently, in Newfoundland.
And Max, if you're trying to pick a good time of the year to go to Newfoundland, what is a good time of the year?
I can tell you this summer. I have to go in the summer. You're really not going to go to Newfoundland in March. You're not going to go to Newfoundland in February. It's freezing. It snows a lot. I think you're going to target. It's a summer destination.
Okay, so
but
Max,
it's a spring and a fall destination.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one of the things I've always wanted to do was go as far north as I can, and this sounds like the destination to have the longest day. So in a long day there, when does the sun set? 11 p.m.? I mean, you have the long days.
No, not that late. Not that late. I think even June and your pinnacle, I think you're talking about probably like 10 or something like that, but still pretty late. Definitely pretty late.
Nice.
And some of these places. Here's the dynamic about Newfoundland is that even if you were to go there, there's just not that many people there to begin with, so you never feel crowded. You go to these dramatic cliffs and these overlooks, and there's nobody there. It's just magical. I want to also point out one of our places we stayed in Port Rexton. We stayed at the Fisher's Loft Inn, a magnificent with a view that'll just knock your socks off when you look at these pictures. The Port Rexton Fisher's Loft Inn, a 30 or 40, 35-room hotel, really elegant, wonderful dining. Again, the lobster, the seafood from the ocean, the cod.
I'm hungry.
It's just wonderful. I can't say enough how much I enjoyed it.
Well, thank you, Max. You've got all our appetites wet. We're going to turn this jet around and head right down to get some of that delicious food and experiences while we still got some sunshine.
Yes.
We appreciate it, and we want to hear all about China when you come back. Wish you a great journey to that part of the world. And remember, for our viewers, check out gonomad.com. It is a great website to learn all about fabulous destinations.
Okay, thanks very much, folks.
Thank you.
Bye,
We're going to take a
Max.
break. When we come back, we are going to find out about becoming a kind traveler.
Oh, very nice.
That sounds so nice. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. And we're back here on Around the World. I'm Arthur von Wiesenberger, the gorgeous Rebecca Brand in the co-pilot seat.
the nicest Arthur.
We go around the globe together. This is the way to travel, right?
I know. This is how we do it together.
I don't even feel jet lag in
jet.
this plane. But you know what? I'm not sure this plane is a kind traveler. We're going to find out about kind travelers because I've been curious about that.
Aren't you a kind traveler?
Well, I try to be, but there's a lot of things we may not realize that we have an impact on travel and on our destinations and the hosts and all that. And there's a person joining us who is a kind traveler, and she created this organization with her co-founder just a few years back. Jessica Blotter is joining us. Hello, Jessica.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Well,
I'm super excited.
We appreciate you coming on board. Hopefully your journey to the studio was a kind travel too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Tell me, how did the concept start? What launched Kind Traveler?
Yeah, so I was on a trip with my co-founder in Belize back in 2012, and we were there to see the ruins and go caving and sort of do the things you think of when you go to Belize, but instead we saw a lot of poverty. We saw a lot of environmental despair, families living in shacks next to polluted swamps, and women were washing their clothes in these swamps while trash, a McDonald's bag, floated by.
Oh, wow.
And there were a lot of emaciated dogs as well. And we had been animal rescue volunteers in Los Angeles at the time, and particularly had and still have a very particularly compassionate heart for animal rescue. And for us, it was really impossible to sort of turn a blind eye to what we saw and get excited about the experiences to be had in Belize when we really wanted to help and we just didn't know how. So we had an experience down there that changed us. We were on a bus with other travelers, and it stopped as a last chance to grab snacks. And when we got off, the starving dogs approached us begging for food, and we wanted to help, so we ran into the store and hoped that they had dog food. I didn't think that they would, but they had it wrapped up in these little plastic bags, and we grabbed as much as we could, scattered it on the ground. And as the dogs were coming out of the woodwork to eat, we looked up, and all the other travelers on the bus were also carrying the dog food. And they joined in to participate in the feeding. And when we all got back on the bus, the whole experience of the sentiment of the bus had really shifted from this feeling of sadness and helplessness to a little bit of laughter and happiness and joy, knowing that we did something to make things a little bit better that day. Now, we did not change the world by any means, or did we create a sustainable solution to their problems, but it was the act of doing something. And so as we started to think about our trip and the dollars that were spent, we realized that none of our dollars were actually really staying into that community. And we really had this longing for our trip to have an impact and to feel good about our vacation dollars actually benefiting the community and the environment of which we were traveling to. So that feeling of giving back on that trip stayed with us for a long time. And we had both had a business together beforehand, a brand development company, and I was also a travel writer. And we had this idea that was born, and we sort of asked ourselves what it would look like to empower travelers to give back to the destinations that they travel to. And the answer to that question was kindtraveler.com. Over 4 years of development, we launched in 2016.
That's great. I bet there's a lot of dogs that had wagging tails when you left there. That made their day, huh?
Yeah.
How many hotels have you got in your group?
So yeah, let me tell you what it is. So we launched as the world's first socially conscious hotel booking and sustainable travel education platform. So the way it works is travelers access exclusive hotel rates and perks to book directly with hotels when they give a $10 nightly donation to a locally designated charity that impacts the community or the environment in some way. And so 100% of the donations go back to the charity, and we say that really creates a triple win because charities, travelers, and hotels are all winning. And we have now over 100 hotels on the platform and
Wow.
60 charities in 15 countries.
Wow.
But we didn't always have that. When we launched, we had like 22 hotels in 2 countries. So we're growing, but we have all of the charities are aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals, which work to prevent poverty, advance environmental sustainability, advance biodiversity, and also reduce inequality in different communities. So a vast of different array of causes.
Now you recently started a relationship with Sonoma Tourism, I believe.
Yes.
How did that develop, and what does that involve?
Yeah, so our partnership with Sonoma County is really I think a pivoting moment for Kind Traveler, because we're now working with the tourism boards and creating a sustainable travel initiative for the entire destination. So it's not just Kind Traveler, the hotels and charities working together, but the tourism board backing it and leading with this message. In fact, they recently created a pledge to travel kindly to Sonoma County that you can sign on their website, and then they'll give you tips on how to be a kind and conscious traveler in their destination, and also a link to book hotels with Kind Traveler, where you'll see all the different hotels that we're partnering with in that destination, which there's over 10, and we're addressing 3 specific causes with 3 different charities in that destination. So travelers can support whether it's the Russian River Keeper, because the Russian River is a vital part of Sonoma, or they can benefit the Redwood Empire Food Bank, helping to fight poverty in the destination, food poverty specifically, or they can benefit the Sonoma Land Trust, helping to keep Sonoma's lands protected forever. So all the charities really lend to the sustainability of the destination and keeping it that way for generations to come.
Well, what is Kind Traveler seems like it's taking a big bite out of an important idea, but what's your kind of hope for the future for Kind Traveler? Where would you like to see it in 10 years' time?
10 years, wow.
Or 5?
5 years. So, we're actively growing our hotel portfolio. We're inviting hotels that share like-minded values. So we ideally look for partners, hotels that are working towards sustainability, individual wellness, and who are really passionate about making community impact. And so in 5 years, we'd like to see all of those hotels from around the world on the platform, probably around maybe 700 to 1,000, ideally, if we could get to that number. And we want to just, in the bigger picture, grow the platform and really make a positive impact and provide a solution to tourism, because as you know, tourism can have negative effects as well if it isn't made to be sustainable. And I think, one of the bigger solutions that we're solving is that a lot of people want to travel sustainably and kindly, but there's a lot of confusion around the subject. In fact, Booking.com just released a study, and they said that of those that want to travel sustainably, half of them don't know how, and a third find it confusing.
So you're kind of an answer to that.
We
question.
are. We're actually a solution.
You've identified the hotels, you've identified the local charities.
Absolutely.
And you've made it all come together.
Yes.
Of a symbiotic relationship,
Absolutely.
right?
And so do they book through you, or do
Yeah.
they go to the hotel and the hotel
They book
tells
through
them
us. Yeah, they book through us. Yeah.
right.
So it's a give and get. You'll give your $10 nightly donation, and then you'll see your exclusive rate. And we negotiate all the rates with every hotel. So we'll ask for 10 to 15% off of their best available rate. And we do this with every single hotel that we invite. So the traveler can really find rates that are highly competitive on our website and be rewarded for their act of kindness and giving back.
Are there any big name chains yet that are part of this?
Yeah, actually, we do have one hotel from the Hyatt Curio Collection. It's called Baker's Cay down in Key Largo. And we have one, that's a Hilton Curio Collection by Hilton. And we have a Hyatt Regency in Sonoma Wine Country. But the platform is really focused on lifestyle, boutique, and independent hotels.
I see.
Largely because we find that they have sort of the most resonance with community impact and really integrating locally with local suppliers and initiatives. So that's really the focus.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going
Love
to
it.
check out is it kindtraveler.com?
It is, yeah.
Kindtraveler.com for my next trip, and I'm going to see if I can find a hotel that's going to do more than just give me a nice sleep.
And and our tagline is "Do more than travel."
Well, there we go. Let me work with your marketing department.
Yeah.
Well, we sure appreciate you coming to
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
The journey to the show.
I
and
really appreciate the opportunity.
keep us posted. We want to follow what you keep doing.
Yes.
and,
I
it's
definitely
great work.
will. Thank you
All right.
so much.
Wonderful
Thanks. I
communities you're
appreciate it.
helping.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty, we're going to take a break. When we come back, well, we're going to do a different kind of traveling. We're going to go to Switzerland and really see the high life, thanks to Rebecca Brand.
In Zurich.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned. If you're happy, like so, clap your hands. Okay. And we're back here on Around the World. I'm Arthur von Wiesenberger, Rebecca Brand, in from Switzerland. The snow is still coming off of you.
Well, I went in the summertime.
Oh, okay,
Arthur.
there's no snow coming off you.
The green grass, yeah, the sense of the wildflowers, that's what's coming off of me.
So tell me, I was following you on Facebook as you traveled across. I think you went through England, didn't you, to get there? Did you stop in London?
Gosh, Arthur.
Or do you remember?
Heidi.
Heidi knows which way you
We
went.
stopped somewhere, and then we ended up in Zurich.
Okay, so you
Isn't that
entered,
funny?
you
It's
entered
like I
Switzerland
slept.
in Zurich, right?
Oh yeah, we did go through Heathrow, 11-hour layover. That's what we did.
That's not a good
How
bit
did
of
you
planning.
forget that? Yeah, but anyways,
long-
but it was worth it.
All right. So you landed in Zurich, which, by the way, Poten Airport is one of those stunning airports. Great for shopping. Unbelievable chocolates you can find at that airport as well.
So I went back. I got some.
Yeah. So you flew into Zurich, and then your first stop was the Dolder Grand Hotel.
Dolder Grand Hotel.
Right.
can we just talk about, when do we get to talk about the Swiss being the #1 hospitality country of the world? Because that's what I learned before and during this trip. It was incredible. The best hotel schools are in Switzerland. The hospitality, you were telling me you know why that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, the Swiss have been in the hospitality industry longer than anyone, and they're training other people in other nations. And a lot of them go to the schools. There's one near Montreux that specializes in Swiss hotelier school. But I think that's what's amazing is that you went, I mean, Switzerland is great at every level, but you went in at the creme de la creme, the very top.
Through
And when
Swiss
you talk
Deluxe
about
Hotels.
Swiss Deluxe Hotels, they have a limited number of members, and they're considered to be the finest hotels in Switzerland. They're the grand hotels. They're the gorgeous hotels. They're the ones that have history that goes back
to that group,
a long time ago.
Hotels have to pass all these tests
Yeah.
to get into. So if you're a traveler that wants a luxury stay in Switzerland, you would just pick up their catalog, their book, their website to see what are the best of the hotels in Switzerland.
Right.
And so it was wonderful to be on this tour and to see that
The
hospitality.
best is always pretty good, isn't it?
So I'm going to set up the video because I really want you all to watch it.
Okay.
It's called the Dolder Grand Hotel. It's at the base of the Swiss Alps. It was incredibly perfect weather, really warm, like California, Santa Barbara weather. It was amazing. So let's roll that video because I want to show you. You haven't seen it yet.
I can't wait. I'm ready to go.
I'm Rebecca Brand, and I just got back from Zurich, Switzerland. Land of beauty, chocolates, and beautiful food like fondue, and the most luxury of hospitality, like where I stayed, at the Dolder Grand, located on the base of the Alps of Zurich. It's one of the hotels from the Swiss Deluxe Hotels group. When I arrived, the room was beautiful. I took a quick tour and saw it all, and the rooms were spacious. But the bed is where I wanted to be after a long trip traveling to Switzerland. Then it was time for snacks that came with the room and to design the room just like I wanted with their high-tech control system. In the morning, I woke up to a breathtaking view. The hotel is over 100 years old. It originally opened with 220 rooms, and it has a long history. It underwent an amazing renovation and reopened about 10 years ago. It's a new resort with 173 rooms and suites. And I started the day with an amazing breakfast. The breakfast room is so light and airy, and it had this rock, which I couldn't figure out was a swing or just a piece of art. The choices were immense. They had so many different things to try and really friendly service. And of course the cheeses and gravlax, and even an Asian-style breakfast if you wanted to. And all the hot dishes on display. I was traveling with my buddy Heidi, so we enjoyed our latte and looking out over the view, which also included a golf course, looking out over to the beautiful lake. I had ordered the Eggs Benedict off the menu, which was also included in the price of the room. You feel like a movie star walking down the red carpet to enter the hotel, and also to exit, in case you have a little walkabout to do in the fun city of Zurich. The lobby has all these antiques, including, of course, a Swiss timepiece, pendulum clock right in the center. It had atomic motion for precise time. Walking down that staircase, I felt like Cinderella. They had this toboggan right in the lobby, and I felt I needed to take a picture and sit inside it and pretend like I was going down the Swiss Alps in the wintertime. Well, I had to go because I don't think I was really supposed to do that. And the rest of the hotel had all kinds of pieces of art. And this very large Swiss shoe, which I just had to try on for size. Of course, I had to go around the maypole. I've never seen one like that. And the lobby was gorgeous, with the floral arrangements matching the art on the walls. Everything in that hotel was art. Modern, historical, vibrant, and they even had an Andy Warhol huge masterpiece. It was so exciting to see the owner of the hotel's art collection displayed as his personal gallery throughout the hotel. Even the whimsical signs on the wall. Well, I guess Paris Hilton's one stayed here. And then it was time to tour the spa. The indoor jacuzzi room was so impressive with multiple jacuzzis. And tea. And I thought I would just have a cup of that tea for the taking. They had aroma diffusers. I've never seen them like that. It was mystical, with the vapor rising to the scent you desired. You just clicked a button. And of course, many other refreshments along the way to keep you hydrated. The spa products were luxury, high-end, and displayed beautifully. I went through this maze and came into another relaxation room. It was huge, with candles, beautiful decor, and then I laid back and I looked up and I saw the most beautiful of dome ceilings right above those candles. It puts you into another celestial world. I left the spa to carry on with some vibrancy of the city next. And in the town square, I found Edelweiss in this amazing art garden that was only there for a couple of months. It was amazing to see the different varieties of natural Swiss wildflowers. This is a medieval city, and you just walk around and pull in the beauty, and on the streets of Zurich, you'll find flags lining every building. Then it became time to sample the chocolates at Toucher. Swiss chocolate. What a fairy tale chocolate shop with all the handmade crafts everywhere. Such care was taken to make those packages. I wanted to eat it all, and so did my friend Heidi. Then time to walk the chocolate off and onto the banks of the Limmat. That's the river that commences at the outfall of Lake Zurich in the southern part of the city of Zurich. It flows in northwesterly direction. It reflects the light. It's just beautiful, with the medieval city poised around it. All the streets we walked through were so charming, like that lavender and white building, and all were old and quaint. As dusk fell, there became a peaceful relaxation atmosphere on the banks of the Limmat. And then it got even darker, and it was wonderful to watch the river cruises that could take you there as the city lights glowed before you. Well, it was time for dinner, and off to Swiss fondue we went in the middle of Zurich. This is what a serving for two looks like. And they served it with a side of potatoes that you would dunk. Oh my gosh, that cheese just dripped off it. Or you could use cubes of bread. Both of them were great vehicles to eat all that cheese. And we did, down to the last very end bite. And for digestive purposes, gotta have your kirsch. And we made some Swiss friends with that Swiss fondue. I'm Rebecca Brand, and thanks for going to Zurich, Switzerland with me. The Dolder Grand is so grand. Keep watching for more on my Tour des Swiss Deluxe Hotels journey.
Oh, wow, what a great job and what a fabulous video. And you got me at the beginning, but at the end when I saw that fondue.
Okay, do you make it homemade, Arthur?
I have made it homemade. But
what's the secret?
Well, actually, one of my secrets, first of all, I always rub the pot with garlic, but my secret is I use a little lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
What's the cheese in it?
Well, there's usually, there's several different kinds. I like it with Vacherin and with Gruyere, but some people do Gruyere and Emmental or Appenzell. But I think really Vacherin and Gruyere are the two best ones.
And so lemon juice will make it
just a little bit, just a little squeeze of lemon juice, and then of course schnapps. I put in some pear William.
Kirsch? They're calling it kirsch over there.
You can do kirsch, you can do pear, one or the other. And then also white wine, and preferably a dry white wine. I think a Swiss dry white wine.
Wow, and so when it gets to be, because I couldn't believe, we ate that whole thing.
Oh,
we ate the whole thing.
Looks
it
so
was like
good.
this big, oh my gosh.
And you ate at a place that I love. It's in the old town of Zurich.
It is.
And it's just like a locals hangout, because you wouldn't normally go
It's
there.
called
Raclette Stubby.
Raclette Stubby, and Heidi and I went to 4 different fondue places because they're all close downtown to see which one we want to go to, and that one was the best because it's so old world Swiss.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh.
And they have great white wine. But the thing that they have that actually is even better than their fondue, which their fondue is out of this world, is the raclette.
Well, okay, but
I mean,
how can we do
a place
both?
called Raclette Stubby. I mean, so have some raclette. I don't know where they get the raclette cheese from, but it melts in in your mouth, not in your hand, with those little baby baked potatoes.
You have told me to get the raclette if I had to pick one or the other, but I don't know. We just got the fondue, but
I got the solution. You got to go back to Switzerland.
Gotta go back.
Yeah, and stay at a Swiss Deluxe Hotel. There are a number of Swiss Deluxe Hotels because you had the Dolder Grand, which we just saw. You're going to show us another one,
Yep.
which is called the...
we're going to go to the Witter
Witter.
in downtown Zurich, and then I have a little stroll through the Bacalar.
The Bauerlach,
Bauerlach.
which is amazing. That's where
Yeah.
I stay a lot when I go
So
to Zurich.
luxury, and it looks over the lake, and we had this big, we had a party there. It was amazing.
It's great, and they just
gorgeous.
opened up a restaurant there called the Bauer. It's a brasserie. I just got the press release about
Yes,
it.
yes,
Did you go
yes. No, because I don't know if they were quite opened.
Oh,
we went
things
there
are
for this
happening.
cocktail party. Oh,
there? All righty,
sorry.
we're going to find out all about now the Witter, which is
Yes.
in downtown Zurich. Stay tuned. We'll
When we
be
come
right back. And we're back here on Around the World. I'm Arthur von Wiesenberger and Rebecca Brand in studio as we go traveling around the globe. Next stop is back to Zurich and another hotel that you stayed at, I guess, on your last night there, right?
We're going downtown, baby. We're going to the Witter downtown Zurich.
Okay, let's take
Let's
a
go
look at the
see.
Witter Hotel in downtown Zurich.
I'm Rebecca Brand. This is my trip to Zurich, Switzerland. Zurich is the capital of Switzerland and the financial capital of the world. I toured my favorite places in Zurich, which included an art museum. I stayed at the Witter Hotel, which is 9 townhouses assembled together by a real estate developer right in the heart of Zurich. Swiss Deluxe Hotels gave me this incredible tour. The rooms are up this amazing glass elevator. The hotel has 128 rooms and many suites as well. My room was 308 and I got the grand tour. It was beautiful and spacious and filled with antiques. It had a desk and it came with a great minibar where everything was free for the taking. That was kind of fun. My view was of Old Town. I got to see all the Middle Ages buildings right there. This room had a king-size bed with beautiful linens. They had this interesting table that went up and down, and all kinds of contemporary designs, including a light that had all these special features designed by a famous artist that you could do all kinds of your own private light shows if you wanted to. The bathroom was completely modern. The hotel had just been remodeled, had lovely marble, and wonderful spa supplies came with the room. It even had a TV on the mirror. The Witter Hotel is close to the Bahnhofstrasse, which is great for shopping, and walkable distance to Lake Zurich. I walked all over the city, including a wonderful evening stroll next to the River Lemont. The town was charming. And in the river was a really friendly song. All kinds of people go out in the evening in Zurich. The streets were charming. They were all lined with beautiful Swiss flags. One of my visits was to the Kunsthaus in Zurich. They had a Matisse exhibit. I got to see one of my favorite artists in all the world. And upstairs was Monet, the father of Impressionism. They had true water lilies paintings. These were huge. They were all over this special room. I got to get up really close and look at the texture of Monet's oil paints on this huge canvas. I could see an entire full brushstrokes. I had the luxury of being able to relax by myself in this huge room of Monet works. I was so lucky because on my visit there was nobody even in the room, and I wanted to show you that with my twirl. In the evening I took another stroll on the River Lemont. It was so romantic with the beautiful hues of the sunset fading onto the river. The Witter restaurant is located right in the hotel, and it's such a special restaurant. The items are incredibly gourmet. And that young guy there, well, that's Tino Stobe. He's an exciting young chef. And he creates with passion and beautiful of the best ingredients. That is a sushi salmon dish. And that one is ahi. Oh, and he even made American barbecue for me, Swiss style. That was sure fun to have those pork spare ribs. And then there was the duck. Oh my goodness, the duck had incredible side dishes of sweet potatoes. Well, when dessert came, they'd made all these special homemade dipped ice cream bars. There was almond crumble on top for that special crunch. The staff was friendly and efficient. The Swiss people are so friendly. I went through the restaurant with my camera. There was a lot of groups together, and I got a lot of waves on my camera. That was really fun. And after dinner, I made it down to the Witter Bar, which has historically been such a great jazz bar and still is today. I had so much fun with this wonderful piano player and singer, and the people around us were having a good time too. I was with my dear friend Heidi, who is my traveling companion. And that bar is known for the most amazing library of whiskeys and scotches in all of Europe. You've got to check this out. They had many special collections. It was just a marvel to take a look at the hundreds and hundreds of bottles they had. I've never seen anything like it.
My heart's with you, holding hands in your heart to see you. Oh, please don't long. Remember how we love.
I finished it off with a few more songs with my dear friend Heidi, and we had such a great time. My stay was too short. The next day I had to jump on the train, which is the Swiss Federal Railway, and off to the next destination I went. The ticket taker was so nice and friendly, we became Facebook friends. He took my ticket and gave me lots of directions and insights on where to go. The train ride was spectacular going through the Swiss Alps. Stay tuned for my review of the Dolder Grand in Zurich, where the views are spectacular. I could see the lake from my room. Also, Swiss Deluxe Hotels have the Bar au Lac. That is on the lake in Zurich, another luxury resort. I was on the tour des Swiss Deluxe Hotels. I'm Rebecca Brand. Come join me on my next trip.
Oh, gorgeous stuff. Can't wait to go to a Swiss Deluxe Hotel somewhere in Switzerland. Thank you, Rebecca, for doing that.
Yeah,
and thank you for being on the show today. It was so much fun. I want to also thank our director, Michael Nicholson, our technical director, Ryan Quinn, and of course all the folks at TVSB, Eric Heba, Mark JP, and especially to all of you for watching. We'll see you next time on Around the World. Happy trails.
Bye.
Thank you for traveling with us today on Around the World. We hope you'll join us for another adventure next week. In the meantime, all of us at Around the World wish you happy trails.